Picture your next morning, a warm bowl of oatmeal, steam rising gently, and within it, a single ingredient that researchers now confirm could quietly unclog your arteries and restore blood flow after 60. According to a 2023 study from Tufts University, seniors who added this specific combination to their breakfast experienced up to 24% improvement in arterial flexibility within just 12 weeks. What if the answer to clearer arteries wasn't another medication, but something already sitting in your kitchen? This might sound almost too simple, but multiple cardiovascular studies from institutions like Harvard Medical School and the American Heart Association reveal something remarkable. Certain everyday ingredients possess powerful compounds that can literally reverse arterial plaque buildup. So let's count down from number 6 to number 1, 5 powerful ingredients you can add to your morning oatmeal that can quietly transform your heart health after 60. Number 5, ground flaxseed, the silent foundation. Most seniors never think about their arterial walls until something goes wrong. But here's what's happening inside. After 60, your arteries naturally lose elasticity, becoming stiff and narrow. It's like garden hoses that have been in the sun too long. They crack, they restrict flow, they make everything work harder. Ground flaxseed contains something extraordinary called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA, a plant-based omega-3 that specifically targets arterial inflammation. A Canadian cardiovascular study published in 2022 followed 110 seniors for 6 months. Those who consumed just 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed daily showed a 15% reduction in arterial stiffness and lowered their systolic blood pressure by an average of 10 points. Here's how to use it. Every morning, grind 2 tablespoons of whole flax seeds in a small coffee grinder. It takes 15 seconds. Sprinkle it over your oatmeal while it's still hot. The warmth releases those essential oils, and the nutty flavor blends perfectly. You won't even know it's there, but your arteries will. The lignin compounds in flaxseed work like tiny repair crews, moving through your bloodstream and reducing the oxidative stress that causes plaque to stick to arterial walls. It's a small change, but it wakes your body's natural cleaning system again, the one that's been dormant, just waiting for the right signal. Number 4, cinnamon, the warming protector. Here's something most doctors won't tell you during a quick appointment. The spice sitting in your cabinet might be more powerful for your arteries than you ever imagined. Ceylon cinnamon, not the common cassia variety, but true Ceylon cinnamon, contains compounds called cinnamaldehyde and procyanidins. These molecules do something remarkable. They prevent LDL cholesterol from oxidizing. Think of it this way, cholesterol itself isn't the enemy. It's when that cholesterol gets damaged by free radicals that it becomes sticky and starts clinging to your arterial walls like rust on old pipes. A group of seniors in a 2021 diabetes and cardiovascular study in Sri Lanka tried adding 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to their breakfast for 8 weeks. The results surprised even the researchers. Participants experienced an average 18% reduction in oxidized LDL particles and improved their arterial flow measurements significantly. Some reported feeling warmer throughout the day, experiencing better circulation in their hands and feet, areas where blocked arteries often show symptoms first. Add half to 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to your oatmeal. Stir it in while cooking, or sprinkle it on top. The sweet, warming flavor transforms plain oatmeal into something that feels like comfort and medicine combined. The magic happens at the cellular level. Cinnamon activates your body's natural antioxidant enzymes, creating a protective shield around your blood vessels. It's not dramatic. It's not instant. But consistency is what turns this from just a habit into your body's quiet repair signal, working every single day to keep your arteries clean and flexible. Number 3, walnuts, the brain-heart connection. Look closely at a walnut. Notice how it resembles a human brain? Nature has a way of leaving clues, and this one is profound. Walnuts contain the highest amount of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids of any nut, specifically, those ALA compounds we mentioned earlier, but in even greater concentration than flaxseed. But here's what makes walnuts truly special for seniors over 60. They contain a rare combination of L-arginine, an amino acid that your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is your artery's best friend. It signals the smooth muscle in your arterial walls to relax and expand, allowing blood to flow more freely. After 60, your body produces less nitric oxide naturally, which is why blood pressure often creeps up and why you might feel that afternoon fatigue more intensely. A landmark study from the University of Pennsylvania in 2023 tracked 450 seniors who ate approximately 7 walnuts daily, about a quarter cup, roughly chopped. After 16 weeks, ultrasound imaging showed measurable improvements in endothelial function, meaning the inner lining of their arteries was functioning more like it did in their 50s. When your cells start absorbing these compounds, fatigue begins to melt away. Clarity returns. Here's your daily practice: take 6 to 8 walnut halves, chop them roughly so some pieces remain chunky, and fold them into your oatmeal during the last minute of cooking. The slight bitterness of the skin balances the sweetness of oatmeal, and the texture gives you something substantial to chew, which matters because chewing actually signals satiety and helps with digestion. Most people never realize how quickly the body responds once it finally gets what it needs. Walnuts provide that missing piece, the raw materials your arteries have been asking for, sometimes for years. Before we reveal the top 3 ingredients, if this information is helping you see your morning bowl differently, tap that like button. It helps this channel reach more seniors who need hope backed by real science. And tell us in the comments, what's your current age, and which of these ingredients have you tried before? We love reading your stories and learning what works in real life. Number 2, blueberries, the cellular protector. This is where science and hope meet in the most beautiful way. Blueberries contain anthocyanins, those deep purple pigments that make them look almost jewel-like. These aren't just colors. They're powerful flavonoids that cross into your bloodstream and actively reverse endothelial dysfunction. That's the medical term for when the inner lining of your arteries stops working properly, unable to expand, unable to repair itself, accumulating damage year after year. A major study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2022 followed 1,200 seniors with early signs of arterial stiffness. Half consumed 1 cup of blueberries daily for 6 months, while the other half didn't. The results were undeniable. The blueberry group showed a 12.5% improvement in arterial flexibility and significant reductions in systolic blood pressure, some by as much as 15 points. But here's what moved researchers most: participants reported feeling more energetic, thinking more clearly, and sleeping better. For many, this becomes the turning point, the moment they start feeling young from the inside again. Here's why it works: imagine your arteries as highways. Over decades, potholes form, cracks develop, debris accumulates. Anthocyanins act like a specialized repair team that fills those cracks, smooths the surface, and allows traffic to flow freely again. They reduce oxidative stress, lower inflammation markers like C-reactive protein, and protect the delicate cells lining your blood vessels from future damage. Harvard Medical School researchers found that consistent blueberry consumption can reduce cardiovascular disease risk by up to 32% in seniors, not through some complex mechanism, but through this simple daily protection. Add 3/4 to 1 full cup of fresh or frozen blueberries to your oatmeal. If using frozen, add them while the oatmeal is still hot so they thaw and release their juices, creating a natural sweetness that eliminates the need for added sugar. The slight tartness balances everything perfectly. This single change can shift the way your body heals itself overnight. Because when you sleep, those anthocyanins continue working, moving through your system, protecting and repairing at the cellular level, the level where true healing happens. Number 1, extra virgin olive oil, the golden healer. This might surprise you: oil in oatmeal? But stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change everything you thought you knew about clearing your arteries after 60. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 68-year-old grandmother from Northern California who participated in a UCLA cardiovascular study. For 2 years, she struggled with high cholesterol and arterial plaque despite medication. Her cardiologist warned her about the possibility of needing a stent procedure. Then she joined a Mediterranean diet study that required one specific change: consuming 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil every morning, stirred into her oatmeal instead of butter or cream. Within 4 months, her follow-up ultrasound showed something her doctor called remarkable. Her carotid arteries, which supply blood to the brain, showed reduced plaque thickness. Her inflammatory markers dropped by 40%. She told researchers she felt a lightness she hadn't experienced in a decade, waking without that heaviness in her chest, walking without losing her breath halfway upstairs. Margaret's story isn't unique. It's science. Extra virgin olive oil contains oleocanthal, a compound that functions almost identically to ibuprofen in your body, but without the side effects. It naturally reduces inflammation throughout your cardiovascular system. But the real magic is in the polyphenol, particularly one called hydroxytyrosol. This molecule actively prevents LDL cholesterol from oxidizing and sticking to arterial walls. A groundbreaking 2023 study from the University of Barcelona followed 745 seniors for 5 years, one of the longest dietary intervention studies ever conducted for arterial health. Those who consumed 2 tablespoons of high polyphenol extra virgin olive oil daily experienced 31% reduction in cardiovascular events, measurable reversal of arterial plaque in 64% of participants, improved endothelial function equivalent to being 10 to 15 years younger. But here's what the study also revealed: not all olive oil is created equal. You need extra virgin, cold-pressed, and ideally from a single source. Look for harvest dates, not just bottling dates. The fresher, the more polyphenol it contains. Now, the practical question: how do you add oil to oatmeal without making it greasy? Here's the technique: cook your oatmeal as normal with water or milk. Once it's done and you've added your other ingredients, the flaxseed, cinnamon, walnuts, and blueberries, remove it from heat. Let it cool for about 60 seconds. Then drizzle 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil over the top and stir it in gently. The warmth will help it blend, but it won't cook the oil, which would destroy those precious polyphenol. The taste? You'll notice a subtle peppery note, a slight fruitiness that complements the blueberries and cinnamon beautifully. It sounds unusual at first, but Mediterranean cultures have combined olive oil with grains for thousands of years. They understood something we're only now proving scientifically. What happens inside your body is profound. The oleic acid in olive oil gets absorbed into your cell membranes, making them more flexible and resistant to damage. It improves how your cells communicate with each other. It helps your liver process cholesterol more efficiently, sending less of it toward your arterial walls and more toward healthy hormone production. Within weeks, your blood vessels begin to soften. Blood pressure often drops naturally. That chronic inflammation that's been aging your system faster than time itself? It starts to quiet down. And that's why this isn't just a tip, it's a quiet revolution happening inside your body, 3 meals at a time, 1 tablespoon at a time, rebuilding what you thought was permanently damaged. So let's bring this all together, because none of these ingredients work in isolation. They work like a symphony, each one supporting the others. Your morning starts with a foundation of ground flaxseed, providing those essential omega-3s that reduce inflammation at the root level. You add Ceylon cinnamon, preventing cholesterol from oxidizing in the first place. Then come the walnuts, producing nitric oxide that helps your arteries relax and expand. Blueberries flood your system with anthocyanins, actively repairing cellular damage. And finally, extra virgin olive oil creates a protective coating, making your entire cardiovascular system more resilient. Here's what the timeline looks like. In week 1, you might not feel dramatic changes, but your inflammatory markers are already dropping. By month 1, your blood pressure readings may start improving. By month 3, ultrasound imaging would likely show measurable improvements in arterial flexibility, the kind of changes that usually require medication. It's not one change that restores energy, it's how these 6 steps support each other, creating a compound effect more powerful than any single intervention. The recipe is simple: 1 bowl of oatmeal, 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, 1/4 cup of chopped walnuts, 3/4 cup of blueberries, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, stirred in at the end. Every morning, you're not just eating breakfast. You're sending signals of repair, protection, and renewal through every artery in your body. And if you've watched till now, it means you truly care about your health, and that already sets you apart. In our next video, we'll reveal how a simple evening ritual with magnesium-rich foods can help regulate blood pressure naturally during sleep, when your body does its deepest healing work. Your body has been waiting for this. Not for something complicated, not for another prescription with side effects you can't pronounce, but for real food containing compounds that your cells recognize and know exactly how to use. Arterial health after 60 isn't about going backward in time. It's about giving your body what it needs right now, today, to function the way it was designed to. Every sunrise gives us one more chance to rebuild. So take it, gently, wisely, and with gratitude. Which of these 5 ingredients will you add to your oatmeal tomorrow morning? Share in the comments. We read every single one, and your experience might inspire someone else to take that first step. Thank you for spending this time with Senior Guide. We're honored to walk beside you on this journey toward better health, one morning bowl at a time. Remember, small changes, when done with heart and consistency, can turn into lifelong healing. See you in the next video, and until then, stay strong, stay curious, and stay young at heart.